Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Yes, sir. Thursday, February 16th. A week from today, the 23rd. A week from that day, the 2nd of March. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. It's going to be a great few weeks of life in general, sports specifically. Mardi Gras on Tuesday. If you don't know, now you know. That's why I have the yellow, purple, and green. Since King's Day, January 6th, happy Mardi Gras to the world. It's Captain by a hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives, going live on Thursday, February 16th. I have a few things to talk about today. Not gonna lie, jam-packed show. I'm gonna try and get through it expeditedly. I try not to go on for an hour. I'm gonna try and keep it under the 40-minute mark. Yeah, right. All right. I ain't got time for you today, bro. You want to do your own show? You want to do a show? Go do your own show. Anyway, I want to talk about Tiger Woods in a second. Just talk about him for a second. I also want to touch on the Chris Beard situation. Texas fired him in January. His charges have been dropped, dismissed. I don't have any details. Not going to go into details. I just wanted to throw it out there because honestly, about a week ago, I was like, I wonder whatever happened to Chris Beard. He just... Usually stuff like that's like tabloids. The whole season, people are yiggity yapping about it. But I haven't heard anything about it since he got arrested. But he is officially case dismissed. I wonder where he will be coaching next year. Man, so many great coaches in the collegiate level. I'm glad he can get through whatever he's getting through and come back and coach. I was going to talk about the best conference in college basketball this season. Like, I don't think there's a true definite answer, but I was going to talk about each conference and why they could be or should be the best conference this season. Pac-12, Big East, Mount West, Big Ten, Big 12, even the SEC. Every conference has a few top dogs that could put them on the list of best conference, but it's the middle teams. How good are the middle teams? But I forgot it was Thursday. I don't have time for that. That might be a Friday discussion. Or maybe I'll just push that off to never because it's hypotheticals anyway. You can never come up with a definite answer of who's the best conference unless you literally take two conferences and have them play each other for a season instead of themselves, which would be cool, but it'll never happen. Alabama and Tennessee, boy. I ain't gonna lie, it was a great game. For a minute, I thought this is gonna be the game of the year, and then Tennessee kind of just pulled away, and it got pretty boring the last 12 minutes of regulation. However, I could tell you the problem. You got some young cats on Alabama, offensively gifted, play great, tremendous defense. However, there is a third factor in basketball that they are lacking tremendously. You got to box out, kids. Box out. Put a body on a body. Offensive rebounds murdered them last night. Anytime they got it within 5 or 3 or 2, they'll give up like 3 offensive boards in a row. second chance points. Now they down 6 again. Now they down 9 again. It's like, do y'all not realize that if you box out and secure the rebound, you got the ball. You can't win without the ball. Defense wins games, but you don't win sitting on defense for 50 seconds at a time. Also, a great performance from Tennessee's point guard, ZZ Ziegler. I don't know his first name. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know it started with a Z though. The ZZ Meister. ZZ Top. He came out on fire, 3 of 5 from the 3-point line, right out the gate pretty much. Tennessee went up early and Alabama took a small 1-point lead at some point, but experience won that game. A bunch of freshmen and sophomores on Alabama who don't care about boxing out, and I guess they don't care about winning basketball at a high level. At the high school level, you can just jump over people. We get it. You're 6'9", one of the best players in the league, if not the best. And I'm talking to you, B-Mill. But you got to box out, bro, especially on that weak side. I saw you specifically give up 3 or 4 offensive rebounds thinking you was just going to out-jump somebody. I saw it work once or twice, though. I get it. You can out-jump people. But put a body on a body, man. That's why Alabama lost last night. Not boxing out. 2 things I hate. Ask anybody that knows me. Missed free throws and not boxing out. So no matter how good or how bad you are on the basketball court, you can affect the game and help your teammates by simply boxing out. Anyway, the other game that I watched last night, amazing comeback, I guess, even though they lost. Indiana down 21 at the half. Came back, tied it up. I think there was about 20 seconds left when they tied it up. I got a few things to say, some good, some bad. I don't know where I should start, but I need to start somewhere and hurry it up. Also, I'm going to break down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to break down 6 teams that nobody's thinking about that I know is going to be in the tournament. Just to touch on them. There's only 1 or 2 of these teams that I think can really do some damage. But I am no fortune teller and I have no idea. But I'm going to throw these teams out there now. Save the ACC, Big 12, and Big 10 for the last 3. I'm going to do 6 teams today, and then Tuesday I'm going to do another 6 teams that nobody's heard about or nobody wants to think about. But I'm going to tell you these teams. I'm going to give you some stats, and what I want y'all to do is pay attention to these teams down the next 2-3 weeks of the season and in the conference tournament. Just check them out. So you're not going into the tournament like, oh my God, Liberty. Anybody know who Liberty has? Are they any good? You don't know, man. I know it's fun to bet on the madness, but why not be an intelligent better, knowing what you're betting on? Still gonna lose some, still gonna win some. But shots in the dark, that is so 2008. Am I right? Anyway, Indiana, Northwestern. I'm just going to skip to the end. I'm not going to dog your boy. Let me tell you this. Good players have excellent games when they're up. Good players have excellent games when they lose. Great players have performances that transcend winning or losing. It's not Tracy Jackson Davis's fault that they lost. You got to read between the lines for this. But him not being aggressive in the first half may be the reason they didn't win. In the second half, he was aggressive. Now, albeit, I'm a basketball guy. This kid got lucky on about 6 of these shots. I don't know how he made them, but he made them. He couldn't miss in the second half. First half he was getting doubled. They was doubling him, but I don't know. He was a little too passive to me. I don't know what I would like him to do more. I'm just saying, great players find a way. The game's tied up with 20 seconds left to win the game. Now, 20 seconds left. I don't know why you let your guard out there on an island, one-on-one, against maybe one of the top 20 one-on-one players in the league, in the country. Boo Buie. He's been killing y'all all night, getting to that, not even mid-range, like right, getting to that like 10 feet, 8 feet range, and just whoop, floater. All game, killing y'all. Somehow on the last play of the game, nobody comes to help around the free throw line. Nobody comes to trap him and get the ball out of his hands. Why would you leave your man's one-on-one like that, knowing he's been getting cooked up all night? Hibachi style. Ta-da-ta-ta-ta, putting on a show. Cracking the egg, making a volcano. Choo-choo, little onion ring volcano. I mean, come on. Get the ball out of his hands, man. As soon as he starts to drive, I need help stepping up, containing him from even getting inside of the 15, 20 feet range. Make him kick it. Make sure your players understand what's going on. Look, as soon as he drives, help rotate. We're going to need you to rotate. The rotation is the most important part of the double or the help. And then we need the second rotation to be even faster than the first rotation. Anticipate. Move while the ball is in the air. Nope. You got it, dog. Now lock him up, baby. That's as much help as he got. And he got burnt. And the boy went to the right. Oop. Stop. Hit him with a little Sidney Dean. He ain't give him the whole Sidney Dean. I ain't going to say he gave him the Sidney Dean. I told you to watch out for that move. But he did pop. Come back over the shoulder, wide open. Homie was like 10 feet away from him, talking about, which way did he go, Joe? Which way did he go? Little floater, game. Now, the second mistake y'all made, there's 2.7 seconds left on the clock. You're down 2. You got 1 timeout left. Y'all rather full court heave it than call a timeout. Weird. 2.7 seconds is a lot of time, man. That's 2 passes, a dribble, and a pull-up. That's all I'm saying. My favorite play for that situation, I've never seen anybody run it. I don't know why. Maybe because I drew it up and nobody knows about it. But you do the double banana screen. Double. No point. 2 banana cuts. You got a wide open 3, bro. Maybe even a backside pick to give you a second option. First one around the free throw line. He catches it. Boom. Staggered. Now he's coming right on the other side of the half court. Catch. 1 dribble. Pass. Catch. Shoot. It'll be a deep 3, but it'll be in rhythm. It's better than a full court heave, I say. Anyway, Indiana is who I thought they were. They are who I thought they were. Big trash. Big booty meat trash. Anyway. Tiger Woods playing in the Genesis Invitational this weekend. Everybody was super geeked yesterday because he played a full 16, even though it was 18 in the. But he played a full 16. I don't know. That made me laugh. He also worked on some putting, a little extra putting. He was walking around. Yeah, he's playing this weekend. Y'all thought he said he was gonna play just to come out and not be able to play, look hurt? Like, It's a grown ass man, bro. He say he's playing. I'm sure he's good enough to play. I don't know why everybody needs proof. Like, not proof even. Just like, I don't know how that's a report. Oh, Tiger Woods did a little extra putting. He was even walking. He was walking. Well, all right. I'm excited to see Tiger Woods, the great Tiger Woods, back this weekend. I would try to catch some of the Genesis Invitational live. I think he goes. I might be off by an hour or two, but I think it's 2:30 Central. Tiger Woods and McIlroy and somebody. I forgot who else is in his little thing, his little group. But they will be going live today. First round action. I gave out 7 golfers yesterday for guys to jump all over and get it rocking. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dives. Now, what I'm going to do is talk about all the teams you want to ignore. I'm going to break them down, baby. We got some good teams here, man, that nobody's talking about or thinking about. And then I'll get to my bench for the night. And I can let y'all go ahead have a good day. First team I'm going to start with is, I'm going to do teams I believe in the least to the teams I believe in the most. So, whew, that is just ridiculous. Let's get it. I'm going to go with VCU. I know you've heard of them, but have you thought about them this season? VCU, 1-1 in quadrant 1, 19-7 on the season, 10-3 conference play, 6-1 quad 3, 2-3 quad 2. That is gonna be a trend with a lot of these small teams. Not a very good quad 1 and quad 2 record. Some of these guys are even my favorite of the teams I'm gonna break down today. The one thing that does scare me is they got an offer in quad 1. VCU at least is 1-1 in quad 1. Again, 19-7 on the season. This is a strong defensive team. Offense lacks a little. They are 246 in the nation in offensive efficiency. Pretty average pace, 143rd. That's about right smack dab in the middle. I guess it's above 175 is middle, so 180, something like that. I think there's 360 teams on the rankings. They're 143rd, 157th in effective field goal percentage, 313th in the nation at turning the ball over. However, 5th in the nation at creating turnovers, turning over their opponents. They are 5th in the nation. Also, defensive efficiency, 11th in the nation, averaging less than a point per possession, 0.92 points per possession they give up, sitting at 11th in the nation. Again, they're 5th in the nation in turning their opponent over, 44th in the nation at guarding inside the 3-point line. Pretty average if you step outside of the 3 on them, 135th. But 44th inside the 3-point line, that means they're going to clog the paint. They rebound the ball pretty well. Not great, but they do rebound the ball at an efficient rate. VCU, man. They got a couple players that Brandon Johns, Adrian Baldwin. Both of these guys average about 12, 13 points a game. And then you got 1, 2, 3 players that average around 9 points a game, and 3 players that average from 4 to 6 points a game, which is nice, man. You don't want to have to count on somebody to drop 30 to win. So you got your 2 dogs that you go to, and they do their thing. Adrian Baldwin, I like this guy's game. 13 points a game, 6 assists a game, 3 steals a game, 2.3 steals a game. I tried to round it up, then I felt bad for lying. He also averages 2.5 turnovers a game. So about a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio for the point guard. But I don't know. I like this team, man. I think they can get a rowdy in a first round matchup. I don't know if they pull off a upset win or anything. Um, I meant to leave up where they projected. Give me 1 second, and I'll have their projected as of right now. It's gonna change. There's still 3 weeks to determine it, but right now they're a 13 seed, matched up against the 4 seed Indiana Hoosiers, which I think VCU can beat Indiana. I'm not saying they will. I think they can. Um, I think if anything, Indiana pulls out a 1 to 2 point victory over this team. This team is definitely gonna put a fight up in that first round, man. Like I said, VCU 11th in the nation in defensive efficiency, 5th in turning the team over. A team like Indiana, they got some average, decent guard play, but everything goes through Tracy. Um, Last night we saw it. Tracy almost had a triple double, and I think they scored what, 60 points, 62 points. Yeah, I do worry about this offense though. 246 in offense, but if they're turning you over and they're running, I could see them putting up a fight, especially against an Indiana team. Moving over, let's talk about Kent State. This team is beautiful on paper. Beautiful on paper. Kent State, right now, they are projected to be, my bad, I'm looking at the bracket. They're projected to be a 12 seed, which, if you know bracket history, you know 10, 11, and 12 are the biggest upset numbers. Everybody's always looking for that 12 seed, man. However, they're number 5 seed opponent right this second, if everything ended today, would be UConn. UConn's tapping that all on the flow. But Kent State, let's break them down. Let's see how they can maybe beat UConn. They're 21-5 overall, 11-2 in conference play. Now here's the kicker. This is what I said earlier. Quadrant 1, 0-3. Quadrant 2, 0-1. Quad 3 and 4, they are 19-1. So beating up on lesser opponents. I meant to do this with VCU, but I forgot. But some of these games, Kent State has lost. Like Houston only beat them by 5, and they held Houston to 49 points, 49-44. That was one of the craziest scores. I remember it like it was yesterday. Right before that, they played the College of Charleston, who, if y'all remember, went on that 22-game win streak. Everybody was high on them. They kind of fell off the last couple weeks. That's why I'm not talking about them today. Probably to talk about them Tuesday, but I was going with my favorites today of the unknowns. They only beat them by 2. College of Charleston. Gonzaga only beat them by 7. So they don't have any too bad losses, man. I mean, Akron just beat them by 12. Northern Illinois beat them by 10. But other than that, like I said, they are 21-5 on the season. They have 3 players averaging double-digit points, share the ball very, very well. Sincere Carey, a name y'all need to know. He averages 16.4 points and 5 assists with 2 steals to boot it. Right behind him, Malik Jacobs, averaging 12 points a game and 3.7 assists. Now, let's talk about this team. Pace-wise, they're a slow-paced team. I love slow-paced teams in the tournament. It's kind of just, I don't know. It's all about matchups in the tournament. You know what I mean? And like I just talked about VCU, they don't really have their average pace. They'll probably go with the flow with whoever they play. But somebody that has a pace, 216th in the nation in pace, slow down team, they're going to slow it down regardless. You're not going to speed this team up. They are 111th in offensive efficiency, averaging 1.07 points per possession. 43rd in the nation in turnovers, which means they don't turn the ball over. 10th in the nation in turning over their opponent. VCU's 11th, Kent State is 10th. 13th in the nation at defensive efficiency, only giving up 0.92 points per possession. This team is top 50 in guarding inside the 2-point line and top 75 in guarding outside the 3-point line. I mean, I could see this team. Let me see what they projected to be right now. Kent State. Oh, yeah, 12 seed. I think the writing's on the wall, man. Depending on the matchup, I think if Kent State can get a running gun team and just slow them down and lock them up, which they are capable of doing. 13th in the nation in defensive efficiency, 10th in the nation in turning teams over. I just told you all this. Top 75 in guarding outside the 3-point line and top 50 in guarding inside the 3-point line. It's going to be a nightmare for whoever runs into Kent State in that first round. Again, I don't know if they win, but I think they cover any plus number that you give them. It will be a buzzer beater type game. All right, moving on. Liberty. Now this team is a conundrum walking. Once I read these team stats, they are top 11 in both offensive and defensive efficiency. That means they're a top 11 team in the country to do the rankings and do the I don't know how to explain it. If you don't know, and now you know. They're led by Darius McGee, who averages 21 points per game. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 players behind them who do the dang thing, averaging at least 7 points or more. 7 to 10 points is, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players behind him that average 6 to 11 points. And then he's the main guy. This team lost to Oral Roberts by 14 early in the year. They lost to Northwestern by 14 early in the year. Lost to Southern Mississippi by 4. And lost to Alabama by 40. Liberty. But since then, since December 17th, they only have 2 losses. They are 21-6 on the season and 12-2 in conference play. Quadrant 1, though, again, this is a trend with these teams. 0-3 against Quadrant 1 teams. Those 3 teams were Alabama, Northwestern, and Oral Roberts. But again, 9th in defensive efficiency, top 10 team defensive efficiency-wise, and number 11 in offensive efficiency, averaging 1.15 points per game. They are also a slow-it-down team, 278th in the nation as far as pace goes. Now check this out. I'm about to read a lot of stats off, and I'm going to read them all fast. Effective field goal percentage, 13th in the nation. Turnover rate, 73rd in the nation. They protect the ball. 3-point percentage shooting, 61st in the nation. Top 65 team when it comes to 3-point shooting. 2-point shooting percentage, 10th in the nation. Now their 3-point average attempts to their field goal average attempts, 2nd in the nation. They're not going to settle. You're not going to force this team to settle for threes. Now let's go over to the defensive side. They're 1st in rebounding, defensive rebounding. 1st in defensive rebounding. 54th in guarding the 2-point. You can't get some shots off on this team. 238th in guarding the 3. However, they don't foul much. 78th in giving up free throws. 74th in turning over teams. So, like I said, man, this is a top 11 team both offensively and defensively. They got a pretty easy schedule going down the stretch. They should probably win these last 4 games. It's weird. Sometimes it's things are weird. But Liberty, man. Let's see where they at on the bracketito. I think they're. Let me see. They're a 12 seed too. Right now they'd face Creighton, which I don't know why they're giving these teams these big East bombers. Creighton and Liberty will be a game. Everybody will probably be on Creighton -3.5, -4. I think Liberty covers. I do think Creighton moves on, but I think Liberty be right there in the last minute to steal a game and get to that second round and face either VCU or Indiana. This is as it is right now. All of this will change. But I'm just giving you the stats, people. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives, talking some March Madness, breaking down the teams nobody wants to break down. Let me move on to Eastern Washington. I will be on this team very quickly because this is the team I believe in the absolute least. Right now, Eastern Washington is 15 seed. I don't even know why I'm talking about this team. I told myself I wasn't going to talk about 15 or 16 seeds, 14 and up. Because there's no way Eastern Washington beats UCLA or Arizona or Alabama or any of these teams. They are 212th defensive efficiency, but they're 37th offensive efficiency. Maybe they get hot and shoot the lights out. 5th in 2-point field goal percentage. However, 146th in 3-point field goal percentage. If they was a more 3-point dominant team, that's what you kind of need in a tournament. If you're lacking on defense and you're a low seed, you got to come out and just wet the net. Put that thing through the twine. They are a top 40 offense, though. 37th in offensive efficiency. They run the ball up and down the court. 58th in the country in pace. 19-7 overall. 13-0 conference play. This is what I'm talking about. Undefeated in conference play is hard to do no matter what conference you are in. This team has not lost a game since December 13th. They gave themselves a pretty tough schedule in the beginning non-conference play. Started the season off 0-3. At one point, they were 4-7. So to go from 4-7 to 19-7, impressive. I will say that. Eastern Washington, 0-2 quad 1, 1-2 quad 2, 5-3 quad 3, 11-0 in quad 4. I don't know, man. 15 seed, get them out of here. Moving on to Florida. Now we're down to my two favorite teams of these teams. I have a futures ticket on both of these next two teams I'm about to say, and I don't like it. I wish I could bet these teams, and I probably will once the market opens up to get to Sweet 16, or I might just bet them game by game. But I do have future tickets on both of these teams I'm about to talk about to get to the Final Four. I know. One of these teams I doubled down and took two tickets on them to get to the Final Four. I don't know, man. No, how hard it is to get to the Final Four. I definitely think both of these teams are Sweet 16. You know, so, yeah, they're gonna make the Sweet 16. I believe in them. I love them. I like them. I want some more of them. Let me see where this team sits right now. I think it's pretty high. Not pretty high, but I think they're they're a 9th seed. This team's a 9th seed. Only bad part about that is they win the first game. They got to probably go up against a 1 seed to get to the Sweet 16, which is how they kill these people. It's a whole buzzkill. It's the hardest road in the tournament is the 8th and 9th seed. The good thing is, though, once you take down the first seed, you got a pretty easy schedule after that. I mean, you never know, bro. If you gotta beat the first seed, then you gotta beat the 4 or 5 seed, then you gotta beat the 2nd seed, maybe. It's like, but I'm rocking with them. Florida Atlantic is one of the teams I'm talking about. 24-2 on the season. The reason I like this team so much, not only are they 14-1 in conference play, 3-1 against quad 2, they are also 2-1 against quad 1, and a flat 17-0 against quadrants 3 and 4. This team came out the gate 0-1, losing to old Mississippi Rebels. First game of the season. However, they go on a 19-game winning streak after that, and then run into UAB and lose by 9. Since then, they're on a 3-game winning streak, 5 games left. They are projected to win all of these 5 games, ending the season 27-2. This is one of the best teams in the nation that does not get talked about. They are ranked 25th in the nation. They have 3 players averaging double digits and 2 players right behind them averaging 9 points a game. And then 1 player with 7, 3 more players with 5. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players on this team that produces, gets buckets. This team boxes out very well. They play fundamentals very well. Now let's talk about some numbers. 24th in offensive efficiency in the nation. 43rd in defensive efficiency in the nation. Their pace 141st in the nation. 37th in guarding. 37th in opponents' effective field goal percentage. They don't foul. 57th in giving up free throws. 13th in the nation in guarding inside the 3-point line. Hopefully nobody gets hot against them. 177th in guarding the 3. They are 45th in 3-point percentage in the nation, 45th in 3-point percentage in the nation, and 56th in 3-point percentage in the nation, and 63rd in turnovers. So they're going to shoot well, high percentage shooting, not going to turn the ball over, and then 23rd in the country in defensive rebounding. This team has second round written all over. And they're going to give that first seed a run. Hopefully this team could either move up to 7th or move down to 10. I don't know. Then you still got to face a second seed, potentially. You can't win, man. You just can't win. Told y'all 40 minutes. It looks like we're going 50. Uno más team to break down. Florida Atlantic. I have them to go to the Final Four on the futures ticket. One of my favorite teams to watch in this tournament. Geeked up. Now, my favorite team that nobody's talking about, and I mean everybody's talking about them, but I love this team. I like Florida Atlantic a little better just because of the numbers. Their numbers are a little better than this team. They're 2-1 against Quad 1. This team is 0-4 against Quadrant 1. However, undefeated against every other quadrant, 14-0 in conference play, 23-4 overall record. They're 23-4 and they started the season 1-3. So that just goes to show you where this team is at. Haven't lost a game in over a month. Like I said, they started the season off 1-3. Since then, I don't know, you do the math. 22-1. Bananas. Max Abmas. They got Isaac McBride. I don't know if that's the guy from I'd have to look that up. I'm thinking of the McBride from West Virginia, I think. I don't know. Oral Roberts, baby. That's what we're talking about. I also have 2 tickets on this team to make the Final Four. I liked it so much, I did it twice. Number 3 in offensive efficiency in the nation, averaging 1.18 points per game. 2nd in the nation in effective field goal percentage. 7th in the nation in protecting the ball, not giving up turnovers. 11th in the nation in 3-point percentage. 9th in the nation in 2-point percentage. 28th in the nation in free throw percentage. 18th in the nation in 3-point attempts to field goal attempt ratios. 29th in the nation in pace. They're going to run whoever they play to death. and they're gonna shoot the lights out. As long as this team don't go cold, they're making a run in this tournament, man. Let me see what they're projected to be. Oral Roberts, they're a 12th seed right now, which they'll be going up against Illinois if it started tomorrow. They slap Illinois, just to let y'all know. After that, it looks like Drake or Iowa State. They slap whoever that is. And then probably have to face Houston. Sweet 16 it is. No, I'm playing. Yeah, I'm going to have to bet a future on this team to go to the Sweet 16 once it opens. Should it be plus 400 or 500. I don't know, man. I love this team. I wish they were 2-2 or 1-3 in quadrant one instead of 0-4. But like I said, you lose to St. Mary's first game of the season, then you come out and lose to Houston in the second game of the season, and then the third game of the season you take on Utah State. You're just asking for it, man. And then New Mexico, who's been struggling their self, beat them on January 9th. Defensively though, 107th in the nation. Not bad, not great. Nothing really special. They don't foul. They're 17th in the nation in giving up free throws and 57th in the nation in guarding the 2-point line inside the three. So I don't know, man. Top 110th school in the nation defensively and top 3 offensively. You got to be excited about this team going into the tournament. Oral Roberts. Max Abmas, man. That boy scores 23 a game, 5 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game, over a steal. He makes 4 threes a game. He's going to be the guy to carry him, obviously. But they got some guys around him who can contribute. That is my March Madness breakdown for this Thursday, February 16th. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. Now let me run through these betties real quick. I have 4 games for you tonight. A lot of road favorites. A lot of, what's the word? Can't think of the word. I don't know. A lot of household names here. I'm going Gonzaga in the late game. I don't know why I started with the late game. Give me Gonzaga minus 7.5. Let me get to my bet slip and see who they play again. I think it's Loyola Marymount, a team who they struggled to beat on the road earlier in the season. I gotta log in. Password. I almost read my password out loud while I typed it. Oh my God. Anyway. Gonzaga, where you at? Bye. Bye-bye. All right. I'm confused. Sorry. Gonzaga minus 7.5 taking on Loyola Marymount. They're actually on the road tonight, so they struggle to beat this team at home. The 10 o'clock game, Central. Late game, minus 7.5. Give me Gonzaga, man. This is the time of year I need them to start winning by 20 or 30 again, just to show me that this is a Gonzaga team that I am used to going into this tournament. Give me the Zaga, man. They broke my heart every game this season. I bet them. A real jerk, if you know what I mean. Give me Zaga minus 7.5. The other team I have, Houston, taking on SMU on the road. Give me Houston minus 15.5. I'm looking for Houston to win by 22 or more. Give me Houston minus 15.5. Now, I just told you how much I like this team. Just told you I have this team on a future going to the Final Four. Give me Florida Atlantic, man. Minus 4.5. I don't even think they know who they're playing tonight. I don't know who this school is. MTSU. Give me Florida Atlantic minus 4.5 on the road, taking on MTSU. Those are my 3 bets for the night. Franklin Earl is about to give you uno mas. So that's Zaga minus 7.5, Houston minus 15.5, and Florida Atlantic minus 4.5. All road favorites. Now I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horns. Franklin Earl Beard Winnerton with the best bet of the day. Franklin Earl Beard Winnerton here, people, with the best bet of the day. I gave you Indiana last night. Throw it in the trash. I gave you Michigan the night before. Throw it in the trash. Usually, my best bets are the best bet. That's a pun. Anyway, give me Purdue on the road to win by 30. They are -1.5. Disgraceful number. Maryland has nothing down low to stop Edey. Maryland has nothing on this Purdue team. Give me Purdue to dominate from tip-off to the final buzzer. Purdue -1.5 on the road, taking on Maryland tonight as my best bet of the day. I think this number should be 6.5, 7 easily. Wouldn't be surprised if it was -8.5, 9. So -1.5. I mean, unless Edey's taking the night off, give it to me, baby. Nice and slow. You're listening to Captain by a Hook with the red beard. Just to run through them, uno mas. Best bet of the night, Purdue -1.5. Other bets, Florida Atlantic -4.5. Houston -15.5. And Gonzaga -7.5. Those are the 4 bets I'm rocking with on this Thursday. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for showing love. Thank y'all for the support. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be on that thing talking noise for me and my boys. This has been Captain by a Hook with the red beard, Rowan Downey, a.k.a. Rowan Dives. Please take all wagers at your own risk, and please gamble responsibly. Dives.